This is the Murli of the 20th of March 2004. And the essence of the Murli is specially celebrate this year as the year for being liberated in life. The year for being liberated in life. Have unity and with concentration reveal the Father. Ekta or ekagrata. Ekta is unity, or unity is ekta, and concentration is ekagrata. So Baba wants us to have these two aspects as well. So in today's Murli, Baba talks a lot about that we have to transform ourselves. You see, it is self-transformation that will lead to world transformation, not the other way around. Oftentimes we hope that the other person will change, but that won't work. If they change, then they will get the points, the brownie points. If we change, then we get those points. So today, the ocean of love is seeing all the loving children everywhere. The Father has imperishable love in His heart for you children, and you children too have imperishable love in your hearts for the Father, the Comforter of hearts. Only the Father and the Brahmin children know of God's love and the love in the heart. Only you Brahmin souls are worthy of God's love. परमात्म प्यार केवल हम बाबा के बच्चों को ही प्राप्त होता है. Devotee souls are thirsty for God's love. They are calling out, whereas you fortunate Brahmin souls are worthy of the attainment of that love. You know, there are some places where there is a drought and people will be thirsty for even one drop of water. They won't have water enough to drink even or to see. And there will be other places where there would be so much of water that people can frolic around in water. There are ways they can take a 20-minute shower with water, like in the US. So similarly, people in the world and even the devotees, they are thirsty for even one drop of God's love. And for us, we bathe in God's love. Yeah, we are constantly being showered with God's love. See? So Bap Dada knows why you children have special love. It is because it's only at this time that you attain all the treasures from the Master of all treasures. These treasures do not last for just this one birth of the present time, but these imperishable treasures remain with you for many births. And Baba has spoken many Murlis on the different types of treasures that Baba gives to us. Treasures of time, treasure of knowledge, of happiness, of peace, of love, of wisdom, of powers. All of these wonderful things that Baba gives to us is a treasure store. We have reached the ultimate mine of all positivity. So all of you Brahmin souls will not go back empty-handed like the souls of the world do. And that's what they say. Khali haath aaye hain, khali haath jayenge. We've come empty-handed, we'll go empty-handed. But we won't go empty-handed. You see, those people are accumulating material wealth, but not spiritual wealth. You can't take material wealth with you. The only thing you can take is what you earned from the spiritual point of view. We are not running after material wealth. We are running after the spiritual wealth. And so we will not go empty-handed. You will take all your treasures with you. You do have the intoxication of the attainment of these imperishable treasures, do you not? So all of you children have accumulated these imperishable treasures, have you not? Do you constantly have the intoxication and happiness of having accumulated them? Is the sparkle of having accumulated these treasures visible on each one's face? So one is that we have received it. Yeah. Second is, have we acknowledged it? You see, do we acknowledge it? Do we appreciate it? And that will happen. Let's say, Amazon people have delivered your item. It has come to your doorstep. Of course, you have to open the door and take it inside. But also then you have to open the box. You have to use it to see, whoa, wow, what a wonderful thing I've bought. It's going to make my life so much easier, so much simpler. So you see, similarly, Baba has given us these treasures. The treasures will be delivered at our doorstep. We have to do this little bit of work, homework, of opening the door, bringing it inside, but then also to unpack it and to use it. Let's say you have ordered a very special can opener, bottle opener, that by with the press of a button you're able to open boxes, cans, whatever, tool that you have bought. You don't use it, then how will it really give you any benefit? Then you won't be grateful for that either. And if you're not grateful, then you won't use it. If you don't use it, then you won't be grateful. It works both ways. So we have to, first of all, hold the gratitude in our heart that God has at least delivered this to us at our doorstep, and then use it. And as we use it, more and more gratitude will emerge in our hearts for Baba. So, and then when there is gratitude, there'll be happiness on the face. Wow, what joy. So you know which treasures you have attained from the Father, do you not? Do you ever check your account of accumulation? The Father gives all of your children each of the treasures endlessly. Yeah, let's say Amazon delivers that tool to all of us. Some of us don't use it, some of us don't even take it out of the box. Some may not even open the door and bring the box inside the house. And then after a few days, maybe the post pirates will take it away. That's what happens for us. We don't even bring these treasures inside us, and then Maya is standing there waiting to steal it all away. And if we don't use it, then over time it's going to accumulate dirt, it could get rusted and useless. So we have to use these treasures. The Father gives all of your children each of the treasures endlessly. It isn't that He gives a little to some and more to others. Every child is a master of these infinite, constant, and imperishable treasures. To become a child means to be a master of the treasures. Let these emerge and see how many treasures Bap Dada has given you. So when we take stock of these treasures, because these treasures that we are getting from Baba are also perishable in a way. They're imperishable, but they're perishable. They have an expiration date. What does that mean? That if we don't use them, God is going to take them back with Him. Baba is going to say, child, you're not using them. What's the point in my keeping this at your place? I'll give it to your neighbor. So Baba is saying, let these emerge and see how many treasures Bap Dada has given you. The first treasure of all is that of the wealth of this knowledge. So have all of you received the wealth of knowledge? Or are you still going to receive it? Yes, are we tracking it? Has it been delivered? Shall we go to the door and open it? Have you also accumulated it? So this is when you have to actually bring it inside your house. Or have you only accumulated a little and the rest has been used up? To have the wealth of knowledge means to act as a sensible and trikaldarshi soul. So what does this mean, wealth of knowledge? That is, I have used this knowledge, I have tried it in many different situations, and then this knowledge actually turns into wisdom. What Baba says, knowledge full or embodiment of knowledge, that's wisdom. And so then I will act in a sensible way. Then I will understand the past, the present, and the future, and then act appropriately. I'll make the right decisions. You see, my each decision will be informed by my understanding of time, past, present, future, and also how the entire universe works. So it means to be knowledgeful, to have full knowledge, to understand this knowledge of the three aspects of time, and to use the wealth of this knowledge for your task. By using the wealth of knowledge in every task in your practical lives, you achieve success by using it in the right way, so that you become free from your many bondages and also attain liberation in life. You see, when we do things without understanding, without sense, that is senselessly when we do things, then we create karmic accounts for ourselves. You see, and because of these karmic accounts, there are bondages that we create. So the soul is not able to experience the true joy of life. You see, when the bird is flying high in the sky, it is enjoy, it's enjoying life because that's what the bird does. So we souls also are meant to fly, to be able to unleash our potential at every moment. However, when we are in bondage, it's a very uncomfortable situation. And so the soul then is in distress or goes into a distressed state. And that is what Baba is saying, that if you are doing every action using the knowledge that Baba has given in the right way, in a sensible way, and as a Trikaldarshi, knowing the past, present, and future, then you will be able to attain liberation in life. Do you experience this? It isn't that you will only receive liberation life in the golden age, because even now in this life of the conference age, you receive liberation from your many limited bondages. Let's say, for example, somebody comes to me and says, "Hey Shwetank, why don't we start a new business? Let's open a car wash shop." All right. And oh, you don't have to do much. You just put in $100,000 and we'll create this, and you can buy or you can get some loan from the bank, and together we'll run it. You'll hardly have to do anything. I'll do the maximum things, and then you will earn a lot of money. At that moment, I get lured into it, just like Sita gets lured by the golden deer and sends Rama, right? So if, let's say, I get lured by it, and now I have bought this with this person, now I'm stuck. Yes, I'll be stuck. And when there's an opportunity to go to Peace Village for service, or to Madhuban or something else, what will happen? Oh no, I can't go, because that shop that I have opened, there's not enough staff. This is a problem, that is a problem. We are not really earning that much of money. I can't really leave. So you create a bondage. So you understand, we have to be extremely sensible in what we are doing. We have to be able to understand the past, present, and future. Yes, so you see, our inability to understand the need of the moment, to understand the pulse of time, then makes us do wrong things. And when we are in soul conscious state, we will actually be able to understand the pulse of every moment, what needs to be done. So now, Baba is saying, so your lives become free from bondage. You do know how many bondages you have become free from, do you not? You have become free from so many different forms of distress. That is high. High is worries. High has now finished for all time, and instead you sing songs of wah. If there is a trace of high, it may not be in words, but still in your thoughts or dreams. If it enters your mind, then you are not liberated in life. Is it wah? So high needs to be wah, that we are celebrating every moment. And when will we celebrate every moment? When we do the right thing. Na? The right thing will give us the right results, and therefore we'll celebrate. If we do the wrong things, we make wrong decisions, wrong judgments, wrong decisions, and we end up in a mess, then there'll be high. So mothers, you do not cry out in distress, do you? You don't, do you? Do you sometimes do this? So what is these tears? Drop. Yeah. The other is internally we cry out. Sometimes we are in deep distress. Sometimes we're just complaining. Oh, I don't like your glasses, I don't like your shoes, I don't like this, I don't like that. For no reason, we keep blaming other people for everything that we're doing or everything that's happening in our lives. How many times are we really willing? Yeah, how many times are we really willing to take charge of our lives, to hold ourselves accountable for what has transpired or what is transpiring in our lives at this moment, right? It's always someone else's fault. Yes. So Baba is saying, nay. Do you sometimes do this? Do you Pandavas do this? You may not do it with your in your words, but if there is the slightest trace of high in your mind in any situation, then you cannot fly. So bondages, high. Free from bondages, fly. So Baba is saying high, that is form of distress, means bondage, and fly means the flying state, that is it means to be liberated in life and free from bondage. See, I can give you more examples. Let's say you had the opportunity to study. Let's say there are some people who don't get the opportunity to study. Yeah, right from childhood. Let's say you had lovely parents who always guided you, pushed you, encouraged you to study. But you enjoyed other things, watching movies, Shah Rukh Khan, this, that, whatever. Huh? And then let's say you didn't study. Now later you will have to do, more hard work. You might have to work during daytime and then you'll have to study during the night. Then you won't be able to enjoy. Then, oh no, I can't come to meditation. Why? Because I'm working so hard. But if you had studied well, you would have gotten a better job, you would have been more qualified, and then you would have an easier time. So you see, and of course, we can always say that I didn't get opportunities, but there are also people who, where there are no opportunities, they find opportunities for themselves. There is this story of this girl who came from some Adivasi village, some really God-forsaken village in India. Somehow or the other, she got into football or something like that, one of these sports, and then people began to recognize her. She went into international sports, I think international football or whatever, and then she was invited to come to Seattle, and then eventually she studied in Seattle or whatever. Eventually she got a full scholarship at Harvard. She's studying in Harvard right now. And there's a lovely photo. It was on Facebook that I saw somebody had posted, where she's saying that my mom doesn't even know what is Harvard and where is Harvard, right? And so she's studying in Harvard, coming from a village that you don't even know the name of. Most people would never know the name. So you see, opportunities are there. Even in the world, people are saying there are enough resources for us. We just have to learn to be resourceful. So Baba is saying, so check this, because until you Brahmin souls are yourselves free from bondage, while there are any golden or diamond royal chains still tied on you, the gate to liberation for all souls cannot be opened. When you become free from bondage, the gate to liberation will open for all souls. So you have the responsibility of opening this gate. Very important. See what Baba is saying. When you become free from bondage, the gate to liberation will open for all souls. We are responsible for opening the gates of liberation. Liberation from what? From pain and suffering. So every moment that we are wasting, and in a way we are not ready. Why are we not ready? Because somewhere we are wasting time. Somewhere we are stuck ourselves. So each of this moment that we are spending in our own mess, we are not opening the gates for other people's liberation from pain and suffering. So we will be accountable for that. We'll be answerable to the universe. God is going to come back and say, hey, I gave you the responsibility. You see? So you have the responsibility of opening this gate and freeing all souls from their sorrow and peacelessness. Check to what extent you have fulfilled your responsibility. Do you know there's something called as failure to rescue in law? Have you heard this? Failure to rescue? No? So let's say somebody is drowning. All right, and you see that person is shouting, screaming, asking for help. Now you stand there and you start taking selfies. And as the person is drowning, then you walk back home and say, all right, what is going to be there for dinner? You don't care. You could be liable. You would be liable. You could be thrown into jail for that. Do you know that? Do you know that? You did not push the person into water. The person went into water himself, got caught in the current or whatever. Yet, you had the responsibility to help the person. You could have helped the person. Even if you didn't know how to swim, even if you were scared of going to water, at least you could have done something, something reasonable. Maybe try to throw a rope, maybe try to, you know, hand over a stick or something so for that person to hold on to, and then you could pull the person to safety. Or you could call 911. You could have done something. So you're responsible. You could go to jail. In fact, in the current law in United States, you would go to prison if you fail to rescue someone who is in need. Do you know that? It's called as failure to rescue. So even for us, let's say I'm a doctor. You come to me. You come to me with a ruptured appendix. No, I didn't rupture your appendix. Now let's say you come and I examine, I diagnose, yeah, and I say, oh, I don't know what is going on. No, I fail to get an X-ray. I fail to do your blood reports. I don't do an ultrasound of your tummy. And then I don't even try to diagnose, or maybe the diagnosis is happening, and I say, oh, you know what? I'm tired. I'm going to go home and sleep. If you are alive by tomorrow, maybe I'll operate on you. What is that? That's failure to rescue. I will lose my license. And I could even go to prison for that. So yes, so check to what extent you have fulfilled your responsibility. You enjoyed that, Meena ji? Good? It's all right. So all of you have taken the contract of carrying out the task of world transformation with Bap Dada. You are the contractors. You're responsible for it. If the Father wants, He can do everything. But the Father loves your children. He doesn't want to do it by Himself alone. As soon as He incarnated, He also incarnated all of you children. You celebrated Shivratri, did you not? Whose Shivratri did you celebrate? That of Bap Dada alone? You also celebrated the Shivratri of all of you too, did you not? You are the Father's companion from the beginning to the end. Do you have the intoxication of being the companions from the beginning to the end? You are God's companions. So now in playing His part at the end of this year's season, this is what Bap Dada now wants from all of you children. Should Baba tell you what He wants, you will have to do it. You won't just have to listen. You will also definitely have to do it. Is that okay, teachers? So Bap Dada wants to see the ignited lamps who will fulfill his hopes. So what was that thought? It is not anything new. It is something old, to bring about transformation in everyone through self-transformation. So world transformation through self-transformation. Put aside the world for now, because Bap Dada now wants to see transformation in the Brahmin family through self-transformation. This is what Bap Dada wants to see. Baba doesn't want to hear anymore. If this happens, then this will happen. If this one changes, then I will change. If this one does this, then I too will do it. In this, Father Brahma is specially telling every child, become, hey Arjuna, like me. I have to take responsibility, take charge of my life. Take charge of what I am supposed to do. You see, God has a plan for me. He has commissioned me to do this. So I have to do it. Hey Arjuna. So now I'll give you more examples of that. Let's say there's a firefighter versus you. Now you are not responsible in saving somebody from a burning house. Your responsibility is to call 911. And of course, if it is safe, then you can help. But for the firefighter, it is his responsibility to go into that burning house to rescue people. So if I don't go in there, it's okay. I won't be liable. But the firefighter who has been commissioned by the city to go in there and save, he will be liable if he doesn't go. So for us, we have been commissioned to do this big task, humongous task of world transformation. People in the world are not. So if they don't do, then it's okay. And if they do it, they'll be celebrated. If just a bystander does something big, then that person gets a big bravery award and things like that. The firefighter, he does it, no big deal. It's his responsibility. And if he fails to do it, then he's liable. So for us, if we do something great, we won't get accolades because that's what we are supposed to do. We are getting the salary from God for that. But if we fail to do it, then we'll be held accountable. Yeah? And then there is another aspect to this actually. What we are not supposed to do, if we do that, then there is big problem too. So let's say, for example, police is chasing a robber. All right, and the robber is in his car and the policeman is in his car. Now there's a big chase. Now you see this chase. You say, let me go and intervene. Let me try to stop the robber. I will go into prison. Do you know that? Why? Because what if in doing that, I end up causing more harm? And it will happen because I'm not trained to do it. You see, so in that moment, I could end up in a big crash where I could kill many more people. The cop may get killed because of that. I could put many people into the harm's way because of my intervening when I'm not supposed to intervene. But let's say there is a situation where cops are nowhere to be seen and it is extremely safe, extremely easy for me to stop the robber and I don't stop, then also I'm liable. You understand?